Now, my next guest got his big break in 1981 at just 11 years old when his grandmother heard on the radio that small people were needed for a new film at Elstree Studios. His debut as an Ewok in Star Wars led to a lifelong acting career with roles including Willow, Professor Flitwick in Harry Potter, and his current smash hit, Life's Too Short. All that and Panto too, as he's about to star in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, alongside none other than Priscilla Presley. Please welcome Warwick Davis. Great to see you, Warwick. The turnaround in attitudes, in all kinds of things over the years you've been working must have been sensational. And to be at where you are now in your career, this time of life, with sort of complete acceptability, it must have been quite different at the beginning.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I grew up in the 70s when attitudes were quite different to anyone who was a little out of the ordinary in society. But, you know, over the years, I think, you know, with the internet and with TV and people are just more accepting of people who are different. And, you know, I certainly think that the Paralympics have done amazing things for people with disabilities and, you know, in just general acceptance in society.
I think in a way it was almost more than acceptance. It was a sudden realisation that here was even far greater achievement than the Olympics themselves.
Oh, absolutely, because those athletes have overcome you know, their disadvantage, I suppose, if you like, to start with, and then built on top of that the stamina and the skill needed to perform in those different sports, you know. And I think I said at the time, you know, they've taken, you know, what people see as a disability and created an ability out of it, and it's amazing.
Now that you're on TV as well as being in films, has there been a difference in perception of you? Does being a TV star add to your movie star status?
Oh, it does, yeah. I mean, especially after having done Life's Too Short, you know, when you're in someone's living room every week making them laugh, they seem to make a connection with you. And, you know, when I'm greeted in the street now by people, there's such a warmth and a love that you feel from them, and it's amazing. I mean, just the other week I was in a car park and a woman opened the door, she must have been in her 70s, and dragged me into the car to give me a cuddle and said, you cheer us up every week with your show, my husband and I, we love it. And it's just great. So comedy is an amazing way to connect with an audience.
I have this vision of this woman dragging you into her car.
Yes. I thought I was getting kidnapped.
Yeah. You're going with Priscilla Presley, no less, into Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, some people might say, oh, now, Warwick, really, do you want to play one of the Seven Dwarfs? Isn't this demeaning yourself a bit?
Well, I haven't done Panto for a few years now, but when I was offered this and when they told me that Priscilla Presley was going to take the role, I thought, well, why not? Because Panto has got a stigma attached to it, you know, amongst actors. But when you do it, you realise it is a form of theatre. It's a very, very old form of theatre as well. And there's nothing greater, actually, when you're a TV and film actor throughout the year than actually stepping on a stage at Christmas and having a live audience right there with you. And it's just such an energy you get from it. And also, it's great discipline, because there's no second take. You have to get it right first go. And I also feel quite privileged that I'm really, you know, some children's first introduction to theatre, you know, and that's an impression they'll take with them. I remember going to see Panto when I was a kid still, so it's really important.
It's also darned hard work. I mean, you're doing 2 and sometimes 3 performances a day. It's
absolutely, yeah. I mean, it is, and it's full on, you know, there's acting and there's singing and there's dancing as well that you have to learn, and, you know, I'm not that great on my feet, Alan, but it's a challenge, certainly.
Without being rude, you've less distance to fall than I have, because you don't notice as much. But funny things must happen with the Seven Dwarfs in Panto, though, don't they?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, I think that's what the audiences come for, things to go wrong. And, you know, I'm thinking back over the years and, you know, people have fallen off stage into the band pit before. You take a trip and you go straight over. Hadn't happened to me. But also people not being on stage when they should be. That's normally the occurrence. They're in the dressing room having a cup of tea without realising it's their cue. And you'll start the scene realising, actually, the rest of the cast who should be here aren't. And
so
you're thinking...
there aren't 7 dwarfs at all?
No, there's about 4 of you. And then there was one occasion when we started the scene and we had to get in a huddle to discuss something, and then one of the dwarfs wasn't there, and he ran on during the middle of that, and because we all had radio mics on, all you heard him say was, oh, you could have told me. I was in the dressing room having a cup of tea. And it was absolutely ridiculous. So it was about a subtle... He could have probably blended in, but the fact he said that and broadcast it to 2,000 people rather messed that up.
There is, I have to say, you know, interviewed you several times over the years, there's a brighter light in your eye now than there has ever been. Do you feel in your career at the moment, you seem to me to be having an awfully good time?
Yeah, I mean, things are going really well. I mean, it's interesting, you know, when you're an actor, you have to keep the momentum going. And I'm not one that sits back waiting for the phone to ring. I'm out there, you know, generating my own work a lot of the time, you know, and in creating Life's Too Short, and then, you know, you go, right, where next, and what do you want to do? And, you know, as an actor, and even having some of the accomplishments that I do over the years, I still have ambition and drive, and, you know, that's important as an actor. You mustn't become complacent. You know, I still have ambitions to host my own show one day, and so I'm very envious of the seat that you're sitting in right now, Alan. So... So I haven't made you feel uncomfortable now.
Only slightly.
But, you know, so I still have ambition, and I have a love for this business and being an actor, because you should never do it for the fame, and you should never do it for the money. You've got to do it because you're passionate. And that's what I tell actors who want to get into this business, you know, do it because you love doing it. And, you know, I've had great opportunities. I just travelled the world with Carl Pilkington for Idiot Abroad. Going to Panto in Wimbledon is going to be terrific.
We wish you all the best with that. Long may the light in your eyes shine. My thanks to Warwick Davis.
Thank you very much. Thank you.